Now that we cover all of the settings in our voice AI agents, I want to dive deeper into what agent actions are, or what I like to call it, the agent superpowers. Agent actions are workflows that the agent's going to have access to, and it's going to be able to call them and run them dynamically during the call whenever it detects that it's the right time to do so. For example, you can have an agent action that checks your calendar for availability, and you can have another action that actually books the appointment or an event inside your calendar. You can have an agent action that can send a text. Just to give an example, let's say a user is on the phone and it says, send me more information. You can have a workflow that has a pre-written message that sends information to a specific phone number, and really there's no limit on what actions can be added to the agent. But now I'm going to show you how you can add actions. So here I have Sarah, which is a scheduling meeting agent. This is an agent that's going to be scheduling meetings into my Google Calendar. Right now it doesn't have any actions. Even though it can sound like it's booking an appointment, it's not really going to book anything because it doesn't have actions or access to my calendar. But for that, I've created two workflows. As I said before, the workflows are inside Flow Studio. This is the first workflow right here that's called Get Google Calendar Availability. And if we dive a little bit deeper into each one of these nodes, we're going to see that the start node right here is very simple. It's just a webhook. One thing to note is that if you want to have a workflow that connects to an agent, the start node must be in method post. Otherwise, it's not going to show up as an action in your list. The second step right here is going to be getting the calendar availability from my Google Calendar. I've connected my credential. I gave it a date of range from when I want to check the availability, put in time zone, what times I want to check in between, how long each of these slots need to be. And then I have a simple response node that's going to send the information back to the agent when it triggers the action, and we have gotten the availability from Google Calendar. And then here's my second workflow. It's also very simple, but in our start node, we're going to have a little bit more information because we're going to be needing different parameters in order to book an event. So for example, the start date and the end date, which are the most important in here. We're also getting other parameters like the name and the summary in order to customize each of these events that are going into my calendar. So for that, you would just add them under parameters here. I can click on add parameter, give it an origin, for example, body, a name of the parameter and what type it is, and whatever parameter you add here, the agent's going to be able to dynamically fill those out whenever it runs the workflow. And I'm going to show you that in a little bit. Let's just finish breaking down what I have over here. I have a create an event with some information, so my credential, of course, and then what calendar I want it in, the event title. I have Harmony Dental hard coded, and then a dynamic variable, which is going to be the name that I'm pulling from the start node. I'm using this green bubble over here to see the list of variables that are available, and I'm putting them here. And then advanced settings, I just added that it's going to add a description, which is just a summary that the agent's going to be filling out by itself. Then I have a response node, which just sends back information to the agent when it's done running, which is just going to tell the agent that the event was booked, and then it's going to be able to say your appointment has been booked. So back on our agent over here, how do we add the action? We're going to click on add, and we're going to go into custom actions. We have some pre-built actions, for example, transferring the call or adding to a calendar using call.com. This is an easier integration. You don't have to do a workflow over here, but since we're using Google Calendar, I'm going to go to custom action, and I'm going to look for Google Calendar availability. This is the first one, the first workflow, and I'm going to have to put some instructions on when I want the agent to use this workflow. So I provided very simple instructions over here. As you see, the objective says search for available slots in the calendar. Always use year 2026. Examples, bring me 3 available slots from the 2 available days. Then I hit save. Now the agent has access to this workflow. If I hit reload, we're going to see it there. And now I'm going to add actually booking the appointment. So custom action, I'm going to click on book event in Google Calendar, select. And similarly, we're going to have to put some instructions on when we want the agent to book the appointment. If you notice, we now have parameter instructions. These are going to be the parameters that I created on that start node. So for example, name, start date, end date, and summary. We need to write instructions for each one of these and what we want the agent to send in each one of these parameters. So I have added some simple instructions to each one of these parameters. In this case, the name, I just say save the person's first and last name. I'm going to click on required. Whenever you click on required, this means that the agent's not going to run the action unless it has that information. Otherwise, it can run the action without knowing my name, and there's going to be missing information in that appointment. Then for start date, I have given it a little bit more specific instructions. In this case, I said this is when the event starts. For example, if the user says tomorrow or next Monday, it should be able to understand what they're talking about and extract what the actual date is. So for my format instructions, I said it must be in month, date, year, and then time in 24-hour format. I provided a couple examples, and this is very crucial because if the agent doesn't send the date and time in this format, then we're going to get an error from Google because that's how they require us to send the information. Similarly, for end date, it's pretty much the same prompt. Then for summary, I'm just saying write a short 2 to 3 sentences summary on what this user wants, what service they're interested in, and we're going to be adding that into the event. So lastly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click required in all of these so that we only get triggered when we have the information that we need. And I almost forgot, but we also need the general instructions. These are going to be very simple. It just says schedule an event with the person requesting availability. So save changes, and now I'm going to test the agent and show you guys my Google Calendar. I'm going to click on start web call.
Hello, this is Sophia from Harmony Dental Clinic. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Hi, this is Andrew.
Thank you, Andrew. It's nice to speak with you. What dental service are you interested in today?
I want teeth whitening.
Great choice. Is this the first time you're considering teeth whitening?
Yes, that's correct.
What city are you located in?
I'm in Miami.
Great. Before we schedule your appointment, I'll need your phone number for our records.
It's 510-600-5675.
Let me confirm that. I have 510-656-75. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
Perfect. Let me check our available appointments for you. I have the following appointments available: Monday, February 9th at 9 a.m., Monday, February 9th at 2 p.m., and Tuesday, February 10th at 10 a.m. Which one works best for you?
I can do Monday at 9 a.m.
Just to confirm, you'd like to book Monday, February 9th at 9 a.m.
That is correct, yes.
Perfect. I've scheduled your teeth whitening appointment for Monday, February 9th at 9 a.m. What email address would you like me to send the appointment?
So I just ended the call there to show you guys what I have. As you see, the appointment was booked directly into my calendar. I can see that the name was passed into the title. We also got the summary and obviously the start time and the end time as well. So that's how you can configure agent actions for both your voice AI agents and your text agents inside of DapTap.